to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
Round 5 of the NZNBL gets underway tonight, live on the home of sport, Sky Sport. No mai harabarai ki Atahua o Tutahi. Canterbury Rams against the Hawke's Bay Hawks live from Cowles Stadium in Christchurch. Kia ora, a very good evening to you. Hugh Baden here alongside 200-time Tall Black Phil Jones. And Phil, well, geez, in the last few years of this competition, this is about as close a game as I can think of in the pre-game of not being able to call.
Kia ora, Hugh. Yeah, it definitely looks like one of those games on paper which could go either way. Two teams that play very contrasting styles of basketball. You've got the running gun Bay Hawks against the Canterbury Rams and their stingy defence, so which we got to see a lot of last weekend against the Giants. So it's going to be a real intriguing game.
I tell you what, wherever you look, there's narratives as well. You've got former Canterbury Rams everywhere on that Hawke's Bay Hawks roster, none more so than head coach Mick Downer, who we'll hear from very shortly, who didn't mince his words in the pre-game. Let's have a look, shall we, at the ladder so far in the NZNBL, and it's congestion central. You see the Auckland Tuatara atop the ladder, that lone loss at the hands of the Hawke's Bay Hawks, who are currently in 5th with a 3-2 record, the Rams with 4-2. Such is the congestion, Phil, that the Hawke's Bay Hawks on their 2-game road trip this weekend here in Christchurch, Saturday afternoon in Nelson. If they lose them both, they could go down as far as 8th. If they win them both, they could go up as high as 1st. Yeah,
and that shows the quality of the league at the moment. You know, there's so many different connotations with the ladder just through 1 or 2 games, and we're still early in the season, so there's a lot of time to go. But at the moment, anyone can finish anywhere heading into the middle part of the season.
At the end of round 5, one of those two teams on the bottom will have a win as the Jets and the Saints take on each other on Sunday. How about a couple of big rivalries coming away in the next 2 days? Tomorrow night, live from ILT Stadium, Southland in beautiful Invercargill, the Sharks against the Nuggies, a southern derby between Southland and Otago. The Hawks are back on the road, this time to the top of the South, the Trafalgar Centre in Nelson on Saturday at 5:30 when they take on the defensive juggernauts that are the Nelson Giants so far in the NZNBL. And then a big one in the big city, the Auckland Tuatara against the Franklin Bulls, 7:30 live on Sky Sport, of course, and that one free to air on Prime. But to the task in hand tonight here at Cowles Stadium, and there are your Hawke's Bay Hawks. Let's have a look, shall we, at their starting lineup tonight. Daron Rokawa in the backcourt, alongside the legend Jared Kenny, back for his 19th season in the NZNBL. Ethan Rusbach on the wing. Hiram Harris, what a star player he will need to be for the Hawks tonight. And Jordan Hunt. Let's hear from head coach Mick Downer.
Mick, welcome back to Cowles Stadium. Obviously, coach of the Rams last year. A little bit of extra feeling in this one for you?
There's a little bit of spice in it. I wouldn't be human if I said, you know, I don't want to get fined here, but I was obviously pissed off at the way things ended here and for my family. But you know, the game's not about myself. You know, it's the same competition points as when we play on Saturday night. So I know the guys are pumped because we've got a few guys that have worn a Rams jersey before. But yeah, they've been really focused and they just can't wait to get out there and compete tonight.
And sort of any insights on how you're going to handle the Rams' defense? Obviously, they put a lot of pressure in the front court.
Yeah, I think it probably goes for tonight's game and Saturday's. You know, these full court defensive-minded guards that get up and in, we have to turn that strength into a weakness and expose it. So we've got a game plan, but we need to be able to execute that against the pressure. So it should be a really hard-fought game. Very similar sort of lineups, talent, the way the talent's spread across the teams as well. So it'll come down to those simple things, like who wins the possession game, who takes better shots and shoots the ball better. So
good luck, eh? Thank you.
A big smile from Mick Downer, not mincing his words with you there, Phil. A lot of feeling in this one for him as we see the starting 5 for his former team, the Canterbury Rams. Taylor Britt and Sunday Detch in the backcourt, Ryan Taylor on the wing. Max Darling had himself a game against the Saints on Sunday, and big Mike Karina rounding out the starting 5 for head coach Judd Flavel.
Playing at Cowles Stadium, coaching here, obviously there's a lot of history here for you. Fond memories of playing here?
Well, I think, yeah, the history goes way back, doesn't it? And Cowles Stadium has been probably the traditional home of Canterbury basketball. I was just saying earlier about our locker room being the past teams of Canterbury and some, you know, some household names there. And hopefully we've got some household names in this current team that for the future.
And the keys for the game tonight, obviously Hawks bring a pretty high-octane offense. So any plans around trying to stop that?
Yeah, I guess it starts in transition, you know, building the wall and making sure we're able to contain the ball. They do like to stretch here on the three-point line, so a real challenge there to execute our closeouts and being able to keep the ball in front. So if we can do that, we'll be in a good place, and then we got to finish off with the rebounds.
Great, good luck for the game.
Great to hear from Judd Flavel. Phil, former Hawke's Bay Hawk, of course, played a lot of good basketball in the Hawks, did Judd, in his NBL days, as we take a look at the head-to-head between these two teams so far, and a couple of guards that Judd Flavel would be proud to see playing in the South NBL. Sunday Detch, Daron Rokawa going head-to-head tonight. Yeah,
and Sunday Detch showed what a quality player he is last weekend down against the Giants and Nelson, and you know, he just picked his moments to score, but the thing that he brings is the intensity on defense, and I think Rokawa and him are quite different in regards to that aspect, because Rokawa is a scorer, you know, and he's going to be looking for his opportunities to score, where Sunday is probably going to be trying to lock him down on that offensive end, you know. So otherwise, really hard to split these two teams apart.
Certainly is. There are intriguing matchups everywhere. And we said pre-game, as we see the Whistle Puffers tonight, Matty Bathurst in the middle of your screen, alongside Sam Pan and Hamish Dale, the officiating crew. And we said pre-game, didn't we, that this Hawke's Bay road trip this weekend, Phil, with the Rams tonight and the Giants on Saturday, is going to go a long way in telling us where teams are in this competition. They were, you know, one of the pre-season favourites. I think a lot of us didn't realise just how good the rest of the league would be, as well as some of the more surprising results, with the Saints still awaiting players and not getting a win just yet. It really has blown the whole competition wide open.
It has, yeah, and I think obviously the Saints are in a position they haven't found themselves for forever, possibly.
Decades.
But, you know, they're a quality team and they'll bounce back, and, you know, I have no doubt they'll start getting some wins under their belts. But, you know, just at the moment, it's so hard to pick a team that potentially could win the whole thing. You know, it's an even competition, which is great. That's what we want to see.
Should make a mention tonight of the new Hawke's Bay player, an import, American by the name of Tawan AG, who will start on the bench tonight. Arrived in Aotearoa yesterday.
And he, I have to say, looks bouncy.
He's come in to replace the as yet unavailable Jack Salt. So Tawan AG, fresh out of the German Pro A League. Flew in from Chicago yesterday, so limited minutes, I imagine, with a bit of jet lag, and just about learnt his teammates' names today.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach McDowner about that, and he said I think he thinks he's finally got it down as far as the names go.
So we'll see him throw down some big dunks in the warm-up as we get underway here at Cowles Stadium. It's Jordan Hunt who controls the tip, and Daron Rokawa who brings the ball up. Hiram Harris fires it over to Jordan Hunt. First three ball up from Jordan Hunt, doesn't get him much of anything. And Ethan Rusbatch, always a big game for Ethan Rusbatch, Christchurch native, playing against his hometown team. Max Darling rises up.
Rise up. And that first play for the Hawks, you see them getting out and running and gunning like we talked about earlier.
Rusbatch's three doesn't go.
That first play for the Hawks looked like they were trying to bring Mike Karina out of the paint, and Jordan Hunt stretching the floor to shoot a three, which he's usually pretty adept at.
A couple of teams with, I guess, what you'd describe as dual playmakers, Phil, with Brett and Detch, as Darling's three ball hits front iron, rebounded by Jordan Hunt, and Rokawa and Kenny, two bona fide, genuine point guards for the Hawke's Bay Hawks on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is Jared Kenny, just inching it over the rim for his first bucket.
And that's, you know, probably something that a lot of teams will talk about with playing against this Canterbury Rams defense, is having two ball handlers on the court at the same time just to relieve pressure.
Taylor Brett buys himself a bit of time. Rusbatch with the board. And here comes Rokawa, puts his jets on, fires it over. Jordan Hunt waiting patiently in the corner, and he drains the three in front of the Rams bench.
I'm sure he would say he never misses two in a row. Proves that point correct.
Jeff Flavel won't want to see Jordan Hunt wide open in transition too much more in this game. Taylor Brett looks for one of his imports, instead he finds Max Darling. And the Nelsonian can't get it to go. Rebounded by Hiram Harris, one of the more adept coast-to-coasters in the league. Rokawa, the Hawks pushing the pace early, Phil. Not going past about 3 or 4 seconds in the shot clock so far.
That's standard Hawke's Bay Bay play is get the ball and just go, push it.
Darling. And a reset to Taylor Britt. Around a hulking Mike Kadena screen. Britt skipping down the lane. He's fouled by Jordan Hunt. So Taylor Britt will head to the Racine foul line for the first time tonight.
That's one of the things I love about Taylor Britt is his ability to get himself into the paint. You just see here sneaky little hesitation and slow steps through the lane and draws contact off to the Racine foul line. Untraditionally on his right hand. He's usually a player that loves to get back to his strong hand, his left hand.
Makes his first as the Canterbury Rams captain. They're in their red uniforms, bit of a throwback this year in the New Balance style for the Rams, back to the 1982 iteration of the uniforms.
Yeah, they look very sharp.
They do. They must do for you to say that about the Canterbury Rams uniforms, Phil. Rokawa calls the play. Hassled by Sunday Detch. Has to fire it back to Jared Kenny. Ethan Rusbach active off the ball. Picked though by Max Darling. And here they come the other way. The Rams through Taylor Britt. They dump it inside to Kadena. By far the biggest man on the court, looking to muscle Hiram Harris, and he does so successfully.
And I think the Rams could go to that play more often. Mike Kadena definitely has a size mismatch against a lot of players.
Great pass from Rokawa and Rusbach with the M1. Well, Daron Rokawa, Phil, will know he's in for a tough weekend against defensive-minded guards. Sunday Detch and Taylor Britt tonight. Jared West, Alex McNaught on Saturday. But such is the nature of Daron Rokawa. He will be absolutely relishing that challenge.
He will be. He'll be up for it big time, I imagine.
Hinted to his disappointment of being left out of the Tall Blacks long list on social media. So, a Tall Black size chip on his shoulder in round 5.
Yeah, sometimes a little bit of added extra motivation can go a long way to spur someone into a run of form.
Right, Kadena with a smooth-looking stroke from the elbow. Back-to-back buckets for Big Mike. Here's Kenny handing it off to Harris. Oh, nice little dump off there from Kenny to Jordan Hunt.
Great roll by Hunt. Straight away saw the double team going to Kenny and just dove to the basket. Wide open layup.
Darling running at Harris, bumping him off and finishing. Max Darling looks a different man on the offensive end in the last game.
Yeah, driving with a lot more intent to the basket and rather than settling for those outside shots. He's a pretty big guy to handle when he's heading to the hoop.
Rokawa's 3 doesn't go. Britt with the rebound. 10 apiece here. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Ryan Taylor. It's blown hot and cold so far in his Canterbury Rams career. Britt for 3, can't get it to go. Hunt does well, but tips it only as far as Darling. Detch, second chance opportunity. That doesn't go, and Ethan Rusbach comes down with the ball. Harris down the lane after a nice pass from Jared Kenny. Kenny making his impact instant on the Hawks.
Yeah, another nice dish off by Kenny.
Here's Taylor Britt, who certainly had a few conversations with the Hawke's Bay Hawks in the off-season. Once former coach Mick Downer went north, but decided to stay with his hometown team.
Which a lot of the Canterbury Rams fans will be very happy about, I imagine.
Tough to move when your mum's the manager. Raywin Britt does a wonderful job looking after the Canterbury Rams as Harris backs down his son. Here's Jordan Hunt for 3. That one doesn't go. Who's going to come down with that one? Hiram Harris is. Foul call by Matt Bathurst, and it's an offensive foul.
And Taylor Britt doing a good job of just closing off the baseline there, and Hiram Harris just barrels straight into him. Let's see here, Taylor Britt, yeah, taking it in the chest. That's what you got to do if you want to draw a charge.
So timeout. Yet to see Makua make it in the middle of your screen with the headband on. He's made an instant impact with the Rams as well. That win over the Wellington Saints, a big one for Canterbury.
I don't think we've seen any substitutions yet in the game. Halfway through the first quarter. It's been a pretty helter-skelter start too, up and down.
See Sunday Detch there, averaging 18.6 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists, as well as 4 steals. That starts his return to the NZNBL.
Yeah, and he's a quality player. You know, he's proven that with his time in the Aussie NBL as well. He's always made an impact in every team that he's played in. And, you know, he hangs his hat on the defensive end, but he's shown also offensively that he can score points, and he's doing it very efficiently as well. So, you know, the Rams will be loving that from him.
Still no substitutions, Phil, by Mike.
The one thing I think the Rams probably need to be thinking about is trying to get Ryan Taylor open. You know, I don't think he's taken a shot the whole game. You know, 5 minutes on the court.
You would be correct. He has not taken a shot. Here he is, turnaround jumper from the corner. Off the front iron, Rusbatch with the board.
Good to see him get one up.
Averaging tick under 12 points so far. Here's Ethan Rusbatch. His 3-ball looked good, but doesn't go. Max Darling with the board.
The Rams won't want to be giving Rusbatch too many of those open looks throughout the game.
Kadina handed off to Taylor. Sounds like it's been a feature of Judd Flavel's timeout. Trying to get Ryan Taylor open. Darling with the offensive ball. The putback, the M1. Max Darling will go to the foul line.
And just showing his strength on that rebound there, taking contact from Hunt and finishing. See here the shot from Taylor. Max Darling grabs it, takes the contact, finishes and one. He's happy. He's pumped.
So some substitutions as former Canterbury Ram Derek Albertson comes into the game, this time in the Hawke's Bay Hawks colours for the first time at Cowles Stadium. Joe Cook-Green is in the game for the Rams. And we have a couple of new imports out there. Makur Maker in just his Matur Maker, I should say, just his 3rd appearance for the Rams. And Tawan AG, fresh off the plane from the US, is out there for the Hawks. As I said, he's in to replace the as yet unavailable Canterbury Ram. Here he is, driving, dishing. He's back in position in the post. Baseline spin, and he'll foul, and he'll go to the receiving foul line to begin his career as a Hawk.
You know, he's come out of a good European league, so he's got to be a quality player. Not having seen him play at all and knowing much about him, but he showed like he had some pretty good patience here and good contact. Great little spin, felt the defense, spun off it and got himself to the receiving foul line.
Well, he tore up the Bulgarian league a couple of seasons ago, and that earned him one of the hardest contracts to get in world basketball, and that's with Maccabi Haifa in the Israeli league. Lasted a couple months with Maccabi in the preseason. The change of coaching staff meant that he lost favour and ended up playing in Germany.
And he goes 2 from 2 from the foul line. So nice little ease his way into the NZNBL.
Here's Joe Cook-Green dropping it down low to Max Darling. Catch and shoot, Cook-Green for 3, doesn't go. Harris with the board, and it'll be Rams ball.
And that, Coach McDowner just questioning the call there. Almost seemed like it could have been knocked out by a Rams player, or potentially even just contact on the tough one to call.
GJ Gardner replay, giving us the goods as the Rams get us back underway. Cook-Green fires it back. Taylor. His 3 doesn't go. Quinton Bailey, another former Canterbury Ram, wearing the black of the Hawks today. Here he is. His jumper doesn't go, but AG with the board, and back to the Resine foul line goes to 1 AG.
I thought we were going to see a highlight there from AG. Who got out leading that break, and Albertson just didn't throw it up. I thought he might let it go. Just a bit of a scrap under the hoop for the ball, and he comes up with it.
AG makes his first. Rank number 13, Phil.
Yeah, not a bad number. Scored a lot of points in the league, that number.
Not for the Hawks, though, of course.
No, not for the Hawks.
Against the Hawks?
A lot against the Hawks.
Jackson Stent into the game, but
yeah.
So someone may have encroached slightly there.
AG gets another crack at it.
And he gets the bounce, he gets it to go. So the Hawks take a slender 1-point lead with 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Stent hands it off to Taylor. Here's Joe Green into the lane, looks to hand it off to Stent. It comes off AG, so it will be Rams ball.
Nice drive there by Joe Green. Thought maybe he might have tried to get to the basket and finish at the rim.
6 on the shot clock.
Hawke's Bay putting the Rams under a lot of pressure.
1 on the clock as Detch fires and banks in a 2-pointer. Sunday Detch. Albertson under duress from Joe Green. He's not the first, he won't be the last in the 2022 season to be feeling the Joe Green pressure.
Joe Green a little bit bemused by that call there by Sampan. Definitely a lot of physicality from the Rams on defense.
Temporarily 6 players on the court for the Rams, but that gets sorted out. We're back underway. Here's AG. Sizing up Maker. Turnaround. To say fadeaway jumper doesn't go. Bailey with the offensive board. Rokawa. Here's Harris, tucks under his jumper. Can't get the finish. Does get his own board. And is fouled. So it will remain Hawks ball.
And Hawke's Bay just getting a lot of offensive rebounds at the moment. It's giving them a lot of second chance opportunities, and that'll be something I'm sure that Coach Judd Flavel will be addressing come into quarter, if not sooner.
Second foul on Maker, so he'll make his way to the bench. Karina back into the game for the Rams. Hiram Harris at the Racine foul line.
And the Rams are in the bonus, so Hawke's Bay will be shooting free throws with every foul for the remainder of the quarter.
Averaging just about 12 and 12 is Harris so far in 2022.
Until that shot.
5 assists as well. That's his second to go. Bit of love for the Hawks in this building tonight, Phil.
Yeah, well, there's a mixture of old Rams players playing in the Hawke's Bay team. Obviously, Mick Downer being former coach.
Stent 3 from the wing. Big rebound, Sunday Detch. And a beautiful turnaround hook shot as well.
He made that look easy. Just a great rebound, and then just softly off the glass, he kisses it, and it goes.
AG wanders into a 3-ball that he realised pretty quickly was off the mark.
Could possibly put that down to a bit of jet lag after having travelled from Chicago yesterday and arriving in Hawke's Bay and then jumping on another plane down to Christchurch today.
Heads to the bench for a break. Jordan Hunt back into the game. Rusbatch out there as well. Albertson takes a seat for the Hawks. 19-17, a minute 45 to go in the first quarter. Joe Green, ball in hand. Here's Karina. Detch. Sam Smith played very well against the Saints. This time he loses possession to Rokawa. Just about lost it himself. Regathers though. Here's Ethan Rusbatch. Oh, just stripped by Sam Smith. Shovel pass to Joe Green. Goes to Hiram Harris. Not an easy thing to do. Harris does well. And the game picking up in intensity here towards the end of this first quarter. Quinton Bailey, drive, dish. Rokawa. Fouled by Stent.
Rokawa, crafty. Just takes contact from Stent and just make sure the referee knows that there was a bit of contact and gets himself to the foul line. The game's definitely been a bit frenetic in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes. Probably a little bit of a soft foul there.
Derode knows what he's doing as he makes his first. Averaging just a tick under 18 points so far this season is Rokawa. That's both from the line. His first 2 points of this one. Here's Joe Green running downhill into a couple of Hawks with their wings outstretched. Big screen at half court from Bailey on Brown. Smash goes coast to coast.
Just put his head down from one end of the court to the other and finishes right at the rim. Coach Flavel won't be happy with that.
Smith drops it off to Stent. Everard Bartlett with a great challenge. And they'll just slow it down, will the Hawks, with 25 seconds on the clock. Bailey sets the screen. Rokawa into the lane. Beautiful pass to Hunt. Stent did well. And that'll be Rams' ball with just a tick over 12 to go in this first quarter.
Great find by Rokawa there, and Jordan Hunt just couldn't finish it.
Cook Green pulls up with 7 still on the clock, misses everything. Brown does brilliantly to keep it in. Kadena has to go and get it, and the big half quarter from the big man is off, and that'll do it for the first quarter here. That would have been a wonderful way to finish the first quarter.
Bring the house down like Kadena.
21-19. The Rams trail the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Second quarter coming up after the break. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium. Rambo out there strutting his stuff at quarter time. And the opening night of round 5 of the NZNBL 2022, and the Rams trail the Hawks by 2 after 1 quarter.
We saw a very up and down quarter. You know, both teams pushing the ball, both teams trying to be aggressive at the basket, and obviously Hawke's Bay just a little bit better than the Rams, coming up 2-point leader end of the quarter.
Both teams would hope their field goal percentage rises in the second quarter. Rams shooting 34%, 8 for 23. The Hawks 35%, 6 to 17. And the three-point percentage from the Hawks, well, both teams, Canterbury 0 for 10 from beyond the arc. And it has been a cold day in Christchurch.
It has.
So maybe some hands just need to warm up.
Yeah, and the difference would be the Hawks have just done a better job of getting themselves to the foul line, which has seen them get a few extra points.
Rokawa slips, recovers for the rebound. Quinton Bailey. Roko with a mismatch on Karina. Step back three from Daron, doesn't go. Rebound Sam Smith. Walter Brown out there for the Rams. As Britt goes to work on Roko, trying to draw the foul. Instead, takes one step too many. Travel the call.
Roko were playing some really nice defense here, just staying on the ground. Taylor Britt tried to get him with the up fake and just stayed on the ground, took the contact in the chest.
Screen from Raspach. He gets it from his good friend and teammate Rokawa. He looks to drop it into Hunt. Karina, though, in the way as Britt takes out his own teammate.
Walter Brown trying to hurdle Britt.
Just about could, probably. Bouncy young man, Walter Brown. Sam Smith, contested three ball. Jordan Hunt with the board.
I've just seen one team yet to settle into their offense and consistently knock down a few shots.
Well, both teams doing a good job of disrupting one another. No team really taking a high percentage shot. Start of the second quarter.
A little bit scrappy at the moment.
Darling driving, foul by Quinton Bailey. So Max Darling will head to the Rosine foul line. See the GJ Gardner Holmes replay. Another aggressive drive from Max Darling.
And that's been his bit of a trademark of this game, as he's been a lot more aggressive getting to the basket. Comes up short on the first.
Averaging 9 points so far in 2022. Late start for Max after returning from overseas contract in Romania.
See a bit of full court pressure from the Rams.
Raspach turns the corner, drives. Oh, Walter Brown, told you he was bouncy. Gets up and swats that one away. Max Darling takes the contact and finishes. He's doing a good job, Phil, of collecting the ball already moving as opposed to at standstill.
Call that catching it downhill. You know, he's putting pressure on the rim.
Pass from Jordan Hunt, and Darling with the great defense this time. Doing it at both ends as Max. Here he is again, this time stepping into Jordan Hunt, and the little floater goes as well.
And Max Darling settling into his work nicely here, just feeling really comfortable, especially putting the ball on the floor and getting to the hoop.
12 points, 5 rebounds for Max Darling in this one. Deborah Bartlett looking to drop it off to Jordan Hunt, bumped by Karina.
It's a big body too, moving across, taking up a lot of space, my Karina.
Taylor Britt. Karina buys his captain some space, and Taylor Britt takes full advantage. 2 points for the Rams. Timeout called by the Hawks. 5-point lead.
And we just see there the Rams just start to get a little bit of a roll on behind Max Darling and his ability to get to the basket and finish. And,
7-0 start to the second quarter for the Canterbury Rams.
Yeah,
Back of Max Darling.
It's only a matter of time before one of the teams started to make a few shots. they were getting a lot of good looks and just weren't getting anything down.
See Mike Karina just backing out.
That's a big screen.
Hawks.
Big screen.
So, Joe Flavel talking over. You see Ed Book on the right side of your screen.
He's got a couple of boys that are in the squad, both Josh and Nick Book in the Rams squad. Sure, he's a very proud father, along with his wife and mother of the boys, Lisa Brock.
What do you think it's like for Mick down at Phil? You would have, I guess, experienced that only very rarely going into a gym of a former team to play, never to coach. But what is it like that first time back in an old gym?
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's always a bit of nerves, you know, and but it's always nice to catch up with some really familiar faces. And Steve Rokawa just he'll be a bit frustrated with that, an easy turnover, especially after a timeout. But you know, also very exciting, you know, because there's the I guess the excitement of the possibility of having a win in against a former team that you either coached or played for. Talking to Mick before the game, and he seemed quite pumped about playing this game, and definitely very keen to get a win.
Jared Kenny back out there, and here he is, the veteran tall black, named in that long list. Might be a swan song for Jared this year as Jordan Hunt goes up with the left hand. You'll be hard pressed to find anyone in this league with a bad word to say about Jared Kenny. Taylor Britt gets bumped off by Rokawa, and Harris loses the rebound off his foot. Having a good battle, Hiram Harris and Max Darling, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, definitely. And I think that time Harris just trying to hold Darling off with one hand and gather the ball, and the ball just clipped the bottom of the backboard, and it has that little blue spongy bit, and it just moved it on a funny angle.
Darling gets another laugh, this time with a three from the corner. I was going to say there's probably not many players as strong as Hiram Harris, barring the big centres in this league. As we see a foul as Tawane G
picks up an offensive foul, blocking foul.
Yeah, just saying there's not too many players as strong as Hiram Harris, but Max Darling's probably one of them.
Definitely, yeah, they're two big lads. You know, Max Darling hitting that last three from the corner, that's his preferred spot from shooting the threes. Having watched him shoot a number of shots from that spot.
Ditch. Great contest from Harris at the rim. And here come the Hawks the other way. Kenny looking inside to AG. Loses it. Fouled though by Karina.
I think that's the right call. There's been quite a bit of contact in the last few minutes. Has gone sort of uncalled, and I think there was definitely a bit of extra contact in there.
To the head is the call from Sam Pan. As
just see AG stepping over Mike Karina, spin back, and just
gets a bit of arm to the face, doesn't he?
A little stiff arm across the side of the neck.
Rokawa looks at AG. Raspach. Jared Kenny hands it off to Hiram Harris. Raspach finds a bit of space on the three-point line. Athletic rebound from Max Darling. His sixth of the contest so far. Ditch. Turnaround jumper from the elbow. Nothing but net for Sunday.
Well, he's got beautiful soft touch from that sort of free throw line range.
Harris. Taylor Britt comes to help, and that means Rokawa's open. Three ball comes off the back iron. Ditch put on a show last week against the Nelson Giants. The ultimately losing effort. What a game from Detchen and Trey Morning, the Nelson Giants import. Those two entertain many at the Trafalgar Centre. Detch goes in and gets a fair bit of Tawane G by the looks of it.
Might have caught a finger in the eye, possibly. Well, that was a real barn burner, that game last week. As you see here, the post up by AG, and Sunday Ditch just comes down to help, and a little reach for the ball and possibly a bit of contact to the face. The Rams just managed to stretch out a little lead here, up to 8 points.
Both teams a collective 2 for 22 from beyond the arc. As Teron Taylor and Hiram Harris hit the floor hard. Taylor Britt going down as Jackson Stent is down the other end. Taylor will go the line, but Jackson Stent is not in a good way at the other end of the court.
I'm not sure he's holding his shoulder. Possibly whether he's dislocated his shoulder or he is looking very sore.
Rams physio going over to have a look as we have a timeout here from Judd Flavel. There's the N1 foul on Jared Kinney. Taylor Britt will go to the Rosine foul line as Jackson Stent clutches that upper arm. And we'll head straight to the Rams locker room and get a bit of treatment as he's clapped off. The teams will talk it over. Rams, as you said, Phil, is stretched out to a 10-point lead on the back of Max Darling's 15 points, and so far a 14-point-to-2 second quarter.
Yeah, and I think also not only have the Rams done a good job offensively, but defensively they've managed to tidy things up and stop the Hawks getting as many offensive rebounds as they were getting, and really limiting their chances offensively, and you know, that's really culminated in giving them this 10-point lead. It'll be interesting to see what happened to Jackson Stent down there. There didn't seem to be a lot of contact. Thought there may have been something that might have happened between Hiram Harris and Ryan Taylor. They both went flying onto the ground after the ball.
So the Hawks make their way back onto the court with a bit of work to do. Jerry Kinney, Derek Albertson, Ethan Rasmuch, Hiram Harris to 1 AG out there for Hawke's Bay. Taylor Britt, Sunday Ditch, Ryan Taylor, Max Darling, and Mike Karina for the Canterbury Rams. And it's that man there, Taylor Britt, who will look to convert an and one opportunity, which he does.
And we'll see some full court pressure here from the Rams.
Kenny fires it over to Harris. AG goes to work, fires it straight into the Rams bench, clutches his hands to his face in frustration.
Almost looked like he was putting on a pair of glasses.
It's a tough assignment, really. Straight off the plane into a brand new team on the road.
Not knowing any of the plays potentially, or having run them maybe once or twice at shoot around this morning.
Darling, Harris giving him no quarter down low. Rasmuch with the board. And this battle continues between Harris and Darling. Even Rasmuch.
Hands
what a
in the
finish
air.
from Ethan Rasmuch.
Beautiful, beautiful hang time there by Ethan Rasmuch.
Taylor fighting to get free, does though, pulls up from the elbow, can't get it to go. Still scoreless Ryan Taylor in this one. And here comes Harris the other way. Give me more of this Harris-Darling matchup. A switch though, Darling onto Rasmuch. Albertson pulls up from 2-point land. Detch with the board. Detch goes around a Karina screen. AG comes down with it actively.
He's definitely looking a little bit winded, AG.
Tell you what, I am, and we had just a half-hour flight from Nelson to Christchurch, let alone a 20-hour flight from Chicago as Rasmuch's little baby hook goes. Quentin Bailey ready to check in for the Hawks. Taylor Britt goes around the Darling screen. Pull-up jumper from mid-range doesn't go. Kenny drops it into AG. Fouls the defensive one. Taylor Britt's helped off the ground. First foul on Britt. See the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
Yeah.
Just a little turn of the body from Taylor Britt.
Yeah, he was there, he just sort of turned into the contact and he probably needed to stay a little bit square, and he may have come away with drawing the charge. We see young Hunter Adam looking to check into the game for the first time.
For Max Darling, who takes a seat.
And Max Darling has really been the catalyst of the Canterbury run here in the second quarter.
Raspach driving baseline, fires it to Albertson. A skip or a floater, it doesn't go. And the Rams come the other way through Joe Cook Green. Kadina down low. Kadina's fouled, and he'll go to the reserve foul line to shoot 2.
It was a little bit hard to see through all the players from where we are on that play. And I think Mike Kadina may have spun baseline off his defender to finish and got fouled off to the foul line.
Second foul on Jordan Hunt.
Gets the roll.
On the Tall Blacks long list is Kadina, has played for the Tall Blacks previously. He gets both his free throws on this occasion. Orokawa and Cook Green as pugnacious as each other. Orokawa skips in, drops it off to Quinton Bailey. Can't get the finish. Who's going to come down with it? Well, no, doesn't go. It's like an AFL man out there, and it's Jordan Hunt who gets the M1 eventually.
I'm pretty sure I've been to a Rams game here before, and I've seen the ball end up sitting on the back of the rim. And it was very close to doing it then. Jordan Hunt just
like
sticking with it.
A ball up in the middle of the MCG.
Yeah.
Instead, Jordan Hunt goes to the foul line to convert the M1, which he does dutifully as Jackson Stent, you see in the back of your picture, emerges from the locker room with a makeshift sling on. I wish him all the best. Cook Green wants a screen from Kadina, gets it. Detch fires, doesn't go. Rebound, Hunt, his 4th to go with his 7 points. Timeout here by Judd Flavel as the Hawks just edge themselves back into this contest with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 4-point game, 36-32.
The Hawks just doing a good job of keeping the Rams out of the paint. They managed to, when the Rams made that run, they managed to get themselves into the paint and to the basket, either scoring or getting to the foul line. Now the Hawks have definitely tightened that end of the court up.
Jordan Hunt has 10 points, 4 rebounds for the Rams. Darling leading the way. For the Hawks, I should say. Darling leading the way for the Rams with 15 points and 6 rebounds. As McDowner takes a knee. Talking over with his Hawks side. Of course, the addition of Tawan AG means that there's just the one fully Kiwi team in the NZNBL in 2022, that being the Franklin Bulls.
Yep, and they're looking to add in Corey Webster.
In the coming weeks, Corey just recovering from an ankle injury sustained in Egypt. 40 seconds to go in this first half. 4-point game, advantage Rams as Mike Kadina has it on the baseline. Looks to muscle through a couple of Rams. Good hand from Jordan Hunt. Jared Kenny goes the other way, looking to thread it through to Ethan Raspach. Off the leg of Cook Green. So Hawks ball.
May have seen a little bit of showtime there if Ethan had managed to get his hands on that. Pretty athletic character getting to the rim.
McDowner frantically calling for a sub before The ball's inbounded as Tawan AG comes into the game for Jordan Hunt. Jordan Hunt with 2 fouls. So Downer just protecting him before half-time, and then look inside to their latest addition. Looking to spin on Kanina, spins into Kanina, loses the ball.
And the Rams will hold it for the last shot of the half.
Detch round Kanina's screen. Hunter Adam from the corner. Doesn't go. Rebound. And that'll do us for the first half of action. 36-32. The Rams lead the Hawks. And then what has been at times scrappy, at all times frenetic, between two teams with a bit of feeling out there. A lot of crossovers between the two. And we're about to hear from one of said crossovers, a former Canterbury Ram, Christchurch man through and through. The captain of the Hawke's Bay Hawks, Ethan Rusbatch, who's got 9 points and 6 rebounds. And he's with Phil Jones.
Ethan, pretty physical half there. I noticed you weren't letting Ryan Taylor get too much time by himself.
I mean, they're doing the same thing to me, so he's coming in, he's trying to find a shot, and I've been given the assignment to watch him, so if I can do anything about it, I'm not going to give them any easy ones, and I'm sure they're going to try to do the same thing to me.
Yeah, for sure. So second half, thoughts on what you guys need to do to get the W?
We just stick to our stuff. We finished that quarter well defensively. A little bit clumsy down that end in the paint, just not playing off 2 and finding open guys, and just a little bit careless with the ball, but all things we can control and take care of pretty easily, so I think if we do that, we'll be in a lot better shape.
Good luck, eh? Cheers.
Half-time here between the Rams and the Hawks on Thursday night. Round 5 is officially underway in the NZNBL for 2022. 36-32, the Rams lead the Hawks. We'll be back after this break on the home of sport, Sky Sport.
Too many beers, eh? Maybe we should interview the game commissioner at the end of the game. Interview at the end of the game. Oh, it's good. Tell us how you went over the West Coast and spread COVID. Seriously, I said that to Ethan. I said pretty physical game. I noticed you haven't left Ryan Taylor alone very much.
Did a really good job on Ethan.
Yeah, good.
Really good job.
Yeah.
Oh, get up. So welcome back to Cowles Stadium. Half-time here between the Rams and the Hawks as the young Canterburyans entertain the crowd. It's been a scrappy, frenetic game, hasn't it, Phil Jones? So far between the Rams and the Hawks, and a bit of feeling in it too.
Yeah, definitely a bit of feeling, talking to Ethan Rusbach there, and very physical contest, and they're definitely not allowing each other to any sort of free rein. He's doing a good job on Ryan Taylor, and I think he feels like the other team's doing a good job on him as well.
See the Rams in their locker room. Chad Flavel leading the team talk. And it's a well-run club and a incredibly professional organisation here in Canterbury. As we see Rambo strutting his stuff, and we'll have a look, shall we, at the tail of the tape so far in that first half, Phil. You see Max Darling, and it was really his injection of energy in the second quarter that put the Rams on top in this one. Yeah, and he really did a good job in that second quarter of getting to the hoop and getting himself to the foul line and getting some easy buckets at the basket. I wouldn't say all of them were easy, but he did a great job of getting some points on the board. Doing a good job on the rebounds as well. And Taylor Britt is always stacking the stats with assists. Shooting percentages for both teams have been better. 35% for the Rams, 14 of 39. Just 33% for the Hawks, 11 of 33. And still the three-point percentages, Phil. 1 for 15 of the Canterbury Rams. 1 for 10 of the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Well, we did say it was slightly cold down here today. It is a little bit cold in the gym, but I didn't realise it was that cold. Certainly cold from beyond the arc. I'm sure that'll change in the second half, which is coming up after the break. The Canterbury Rams 36, the Hawke's Bay Hawks 32. We'll be back with you shortly here on Sky Sport. Two of 25. Just 1 minute 55. I hope it's clear. Where do you go?
All right.
Yeah, you've got 1.5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a guy actually in Richard Carruthers in town. Yeah, the little alleyway that goes where Farmers is, the Farmers Arcade.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on the opposite side of that little alleyway that's got the little coffee store shop in it. Little window, coffee window. It's got the barber
the
and
ice
stuff.
cream shop that goes down into the
next
square.
one along.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's upstairs in there.
I need to. I got one of those deep tissue massage or whatever, which was all good, but it didn't help.
Need to be
realigned.
Bit of manipulation, mate.
Yeah.
Bit of crack. Feeling good. I love it.
Does it hurt?
Nah, doesn't hurt.
It's
just like immediate relief.
Is it?
Yeah.
I need that. So sore. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium. Third quarter about to get underway here. 36-32. The Rams lead the Hawks in Christchurch. Both teams will be looking to free up their shooters and let it fly in this third quarter. See Jackson Stent out there.
Looking like it possibly was a desiccated shoulder, I imagine. Definitely looked pretty painful when he was walking off the court. And the Rams into their huddle early into this, leading into this half. Thinking they're going to come out with a bit of intent.
These teams are combined 2 for 25 from beyond the arc, Phil. That won't last with the quality of the likes of Ethan Rusbatch out there.
Yeah, they're definitely, both teams are definitely much better shooters than that. I think it's potentially a sign of the defense too. You know, they're not really allowing the shooters much time to get shots away. So, in particular, you know, someone like Ryan Taylor, who's had a few looks, but most of them have been contested.
Jackson Stent. And there's the Hawke's Bay Hawks talking it over. How dearly Mick Downer would like to walk out of this gym with a W tonight.
Well, it's anyone's game. 4-point game. They can change in a heartbeat. In basketball, we know that.
Certainly can. Max Darling turned the tides in the second quarter for the Rams, who will step up for the Hawks in the third. Plenty more basketball to come, of course, in round 5. A couple of big rivalries too. Southland take on Otago, the Sharks against the Nuggets. That's tomorrow, 7:30 from Invercargill. Then these Hawks on the road. The top of the South, they take on the Nelson Giants Saturday, 5:30. That one's followed by the Battle of the Big City, the Auckland Tuatara against the Franklin Bulls. And then on Sunday, one of these two teams will collect their first win. The Wellington Saints and the Manawatu Jets go toe-to-toe in the capital. And round 5 finishes with the Taranaki Airs looking to make it 2 wins on the trot when they take on the Nuggets. And the Nuggets, Phil, turned a lot of heads so far in 2022 as they're back underway here at Cowles Stadium. Rusbatch looking inside to Hiram Harris. And there's Rusbatch trying to get himself open. Turnaround jumper from mid-range is too strong. Rebounded by Taylor Britt. Here's Britt burrowing inside. Hunt forces him wide, but Britt finishes anyway.
He's got such a nice touch around the hoop, Taylor Britt. Just dances his way down the lane and then kisses it off the glass.
Harris dumps it down to Hunt, and we have a foul here on Karina. Oh, foul on the floor, so Hawks ball from the baseline.
Just a body foul.
Rokawa will get us back underway. Kenny.
Looks like the Rams have fallen back into a 2-3 zone here.
Hunt puts the ball on the floor, can't get it to go, and Max Darling comes down with the rebound. Number 7 for Max. Taylor Britt skipping to lane, loses possession, but Karina goes and gets it. And here's Max Darling down low. Taylor for 3. Still can't get it to go. Darling almost with the rebound, but a foul instead.
Let's see, leading into that position, Max Darling just cruising down the court. Hiram Harris just gave him a little bit of a bump. Those two fighting for the rebound. Hiram Harris gives him a little word afterwards.
Some words as well. And the battle resumes as Harris brings the ball up. Darling ahead of him. Rokawa. Ryan Taylor picked that off. Hiram Harris looming down on him. Oh, he had to regather the ball. Knocked out of bounds by Rusbatch.
It's almost like a trick shot.
Would have been very
Bounce
special
off
if
the
he
ground,
got it in.
up, lay it up. Just loses control on the way out and still manages to gather the ball.
Sunday Ditch working hard to get free. Neither team giving an inch on defense, Phil. As Taylor looks to fashion something. Swinging arm, hand gets Ethan Rusbach, and it's an offensive foul. Ryan Taylor can't quite believe it.
He's a little bit surprised, especially since it was his first bucket of the game, which gets denied.
Jerry Kenny gets his back underway, and this stuttering start to the third quarter here at Cowles Stadium. Hunt running the lane.
Great play
Finishing.
by Hawke's Bay. Good read by Jared Kenny, just coming off that screen and gets rid of the ball quickly, which just opens up Jordan Hunt diving to the basket.
Kadina almost had his pocket picked. Darling drops it inside to Detch. 5 on the shot clock. Harris, quick close down on Taylor. He loses the ball out of bounds. Hawks ball. Hiram Harris with the lockdown D as Walter Brown comes into the game for Ryan Taylor.
The Hawks really picked it up on the defensive end at the moment. Just pushing the Rams right out of their offensive sets.
Joe Flavel with a quick word to Taylor as he makes his way to the bench. Rams 38, Hawks 34. Host of Tall Blacks long listers out on the court right now as Jordan Hunt, one of them, can't get his 3 to go. Taylor Brett, another one, gets the rebound. Mike Kadina, Jared Kenny, Hiram Harris, all part of that long list. As Darling goes through Hiram Harris.
Hiram Harris just having a few words to the Rams at the moment. Yeah, he read that well. Max Darling just dropped his shoulder and Hiram Harris was potentially falling over before the contact got to him, but just enough to get Matt Bathurst, referee Matt Bathurst, to call the foul.
But before he was even off the ground, he was talking to Max Darling, was Hiram. Here he is bringing the ball up. Maturmaker, Phil back on the court, just 2 minutes of action in the first half for the Rams import as Harris drives, dishes to Hunt, and 1 for Jordan Hunt. Right place, right time.
We see Hiram Harris starting to get a little bit of momentum here. A little bit of chat's got him going, and really nice catch. Rips it to the basket, pass maker, and great little feed here. And Sunday Ditch just sneaky hand over the back, and Jordan Hunt to the foul line.
Converts the end one. One-point game, midpoint of the third quarter. Kanina looks to hand it off to Ditch. Slight miscommunication and a fumble from the Rams, and the Hawks can take the lead here. Kenny. Harris trying to go around Maker. Looks to dish it off, but Kadina did a good job of blocking off Hunt. And the Rams come away with the ball. Ditch. And the Cowles Stadium rims do not want to allow a three-pointer.
That was halfway down that one. Walter Brown doing a great job here for the Rams, just coming in, bringing a bit of energy on defense and crashing the offensive boards there. Potentially his hand got caught in his hair and he couldn't grab hold of the ball. But
oh, Jared Kenny, bit of a trickery. Jordan Hunt looking to spin, big slap, and back to the Resine foul line goes Jordan Hunt, who's making himself known in this third quarter.
Definitely, and Taylor Britt is probably a little bit frustrated with himself with that possession of defense, because Kadina did a pretty good job, really, of keeping his body in front, and then Taylor Britt just reaching in, picking up a foul.
Jordan Hunt's almost lazy shooting motion. Very effective.
He has, yeah. And something I remember of him back in the 2020 NBL
showdown.
The showdown. He was lights out from the three-point line. Yeah, he played. He had a great season there for the Nuggets.
Won the showdown title with Jared Kenny. He's now Hawks teammate. Jordan Nata as well was the #1 draft pick that year as Taylor Britt's 3-ball was off. Hunt with the rebound, his 7th. Kenny finds a bit of space, drives. Maker did well to affect the shot and gets the rebound. Great pass to Walter Brown.
Oh, yes, Walter Brown getting off the ground.
Brown injects a bit of life into this Cowles Stadium crowd, who chant defense as Hiram Harris eyes up Mike Kadena. Jordan Hunt, pump fake, drives. Detch ties him up in the air. Hawks ball.
You see this replay here. Great pass from Maker, and Walter Brown just cocks it back and throws it down.
It was a bullet pass from Matur Maker. Looks to have a timeout here by the Rams. You might see that on the NZNBL social
reel.
media channels on Monday when the top 5 plays of the week go out. At NZNBL on Twitter, Instagram, and at official NZNBL on TikTok. You know what TikTok is, Phil?
I know what TikTok is. I'm not saying I have it, but I know what it is.
Sure, Rambo's on TikTok as he fires off t-shirts into this Cowles Stadium crowd.
He must be up there with one of the better mascots in the league, I would imagine, Rambo.
Absolute staple of the Mascots Union is Rambo. Really happy to say we have 10 mascots in the league this year. Every team rocking a mascot. From Tama the Tuatara all the way down to Shooter the Shark.
Imagine it'd be a very hot job.
Well, tell you what, a night like tonight in Christchurch, you wouldn't mind having all that fur on as Albertson pulls up from the corner and down it goes. Derek Albertson for 3. Maybe that will take the lid off the 3-pointers.
A nice little out-of-bounds play there by Mick Downer out of the timeout. Only had 3 seconds on the shot clock, so didn't have much time to get a shot up.
Brett gets the handoff from Kadena. Scoop de loop from Taylor Brett off the glass.
Little underarm shot.
Harris to Rusbatch, rattles it in. Just a 2 for Ethan Rusbatch.
I was going to say we almost had 2 3-pointers in a row then.
Sunday Detch. Taylor Brett down the lane. He's fouled by Daron Rokawa. Taylor Brett will head back to the line as Joe Cook Green comes into the game. Or will come into the game for Taylor Brett after the free throws. Quentin Bailey into the game for Hiram Harris, and Tawan AG comes in for Hiram Hunt.
Some wholesale changes from both teams. Taylor Britt makes both. And we take a rest. Joe Cook Green.
44 apiece, the score here at Cowles Stadium. 44 all. As Daron Rokawa brings it up, Walter Brown. who's done a splendid job defensively, as well as providing the highlight play of the game so far. Rusbatch with a running hook.
Skyhook across the lane.
Here's Joe Cook-Green. Well, Kadina almost lost possession. Cook-Green recovers. Maker had some time for the three, turned it down, instead down the lane, and gets it to go. Return Maker, moving a little gingerly, Phil, and I wonder if that's why we've seen just limited minutes from the Australian so far. Rokawa shimmies into his preferred mid-range, but we have a foul here, a legal screen. Oh no, a push-off, I believe, on Jerome Rokawa.
Walter Brown is just pasty on defense at the moment. And I think Rokawa just got caught with fending him off as Walter Brown tried to get back in front of him.
Third foul for Rokawa, who makes his way to the bench. Jared Kinney back out there. Cook-Green.
Thought about it.
Drains it. Joe Cook-Green for three. Lead pass from Kenny is picked off by Maker. He hands it off to Cook-Green. Kadina. Might go for another one. Joe Cook-Green. Up it goes. Down it goes. Joe Cook-Green back-to-back buckets from beyond the arc. And there's a timeout from the Hawke's Bay Hawks. And the Rams stretch out to a 6-point lead, 2.5 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Well, things have really changed since that Walter Brown dunk. The momentum sort of swung back into the Rams' favour, and Joe Cook-Green coming in and knocking down 2 threes. All of a sudden we see a lid come off both ends.
Jeff Flavel and Nick Downer will talk it over with their teams.
Just see Joe Cook-Green, he's looking around. Oh yeah, okay, I'll shoot it. Knocks it down.
Left a hand up there as well, which I always like to see as the Moppets get out and do their work. 2 for 12 now, the Hawks from beyond the arc. 3 for 20, the Rams. As we see the Maker steal as well. It's pretty comfortable bringing the ball up, just a big man.
Well, you mentioned earlier that he looked like he was labouring a little bit. I'm just not sure whether he is, and whether that's just his style of running, or because he definitely turns on the jets when he's ready.
That's that second 3 ball from Joe Cook-Green that forced the timeout from the Hawks. They trail by 6. Kenny out there with Albertson, Rusbatch, Bailey and AG. Joe Cook-Green, Walter Brown, who's had a great 10 minutes of action for the Rams. Out there with Detch, Maker and Kadina. Kenny finds Quentin Bailey, dashes across the baseline. Trapped by the 2 big Rams, and Maker comes away with the ball. Fires it across the Detch. Cook-Green, why not? He's made 2. That one's off to the left.
Little heat check there from Joe Cook-Green.
Kenny drops it into AG. Bailey just lost the ball as he drove into the lane. Oh, AG with a steal.
Oh, no. Ultimate sin, passing the ball across your keyhole. And
oh, and then sells a foul. He sells it well. Foul called. Have himself 10 seconds to 1 AG. Welcome to the South NBL.
You just see here, Joe Cook-Green with the quick hands, and then AG just go gadget arms and snatches the ball out.
Might hold on just to see.
There's probably not too much to say about that, then other than that was a charge.
Rusbatch for 3. Down it goes.
Just holds a hand up there for a little bit longer, just to remind everybody that he's a shooter.
Look down this timeout. Has obviously worked. Mike Kanina puts the ball on the floor, drives. Just can't get the finish. Rusbatch is fouled by Ditch. Hits the deck hard.
Sunday Ditch is pretty hard to get past. And you see here, just move his feet and bit of contact. Mature Maker just about got taken out in the play.
Everard Bartlett back into the game. The veteran head of the Hawke's Bay Hawks alongside Jared Kenny. Two pretty good vets to learn off if you're a youngster in the Hawks setup.
Yeah. Another man you don't want to leave open.
G again just pinches that offensive board off Maker. Spins past two of them. Kadina mops up the mess for the Rams, 52 apiece. Ditch and Joe Cook Green with a bit of give and go. Cook Green's three ball off to the right. Harris with the board. Hands it off to Bartlett, who's one they call JK, Jared Kenny. Into the lane goes Jared. Fires it out to Hiram Harris. Shot clock violation by the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Tell you what, the Christchurch crowd did their bit in that one, didn't they?
Yeah, I did.
I don't think anyone could hear anything apart from them yelling defense. Cook Green. Ethan Rusbatch doing a great job off the ball on Sunday Ditch. As Maker puts the ball on the floor, Jared Kenny goes and gets it from the Rams.
The Rams just stalled a little bit offensively here, and Hawks holding the ball for the last shot.
5 seconds to go in this third quarter. AG for three. And it doesn't go. 3/4 time, and it's as close as it can possibly be with 10 minutes to go. 52 apiece between the Rams and the Hawks. Fourth quarter coming up after the break. Well, welcome back. Three-quarter time here at Cowles Stadium. Rams 52, Hawks 52, and a bit of drama again, Phil. We've been a bit lucky, haven't we, in the last week or so?
2 weeks running. Who would have thought, eh?
A half-court shot from a fan goes down. Earns himself a big check, $200.
$200. Not quite as much as went down in the Mike Pero Nelson Giants half-court shot, which was $1,500.
Yeah, so we saw that on Saturday night. We've seen it again. It's the season for half-court shots.
Yeah, interestingly, that man in Nelson Darrow, Darren?
He's got history, hasn't he?
Yeah, he won a car in 2015 out of the Giants game as well. So he's doing well out of the Giants.
Get yourself to Sal's NBL games, guys. Good things happen. We're back underway in this one. Low scoring, but tight. 52 apiece. Joe Cook-Green is not afraid to let him fly. Big offensive board, is it? It is. From Matur Maker and the Canterbury Rams. Max Darling reigniting that battle with Hiram Harris. Foul called. Foul called on Jared Kenny. And it's been called a shooting foul. So Max Darling will go to the Resine foul line. Should talk it over first is Hamish Dow and Matty Bathurst. So it is a shooting
I think it's just called that Max is he's taken his dribble and he's gathering the ball to go to the hoop, and there's been contact.
See the Checkers team behind the hoop on your right there, local club side in Christchurch, featuring the great Terry Brunel, former Canterbury Ram.
And that is Mick Downer's ex-club team.
That is Mick Downer's old club team. So his former teammates, all Rams fans, have come out to cheer on their former player.
They did try and get Mick to wear a Checkers jersey on the sideline, but he wasn't having it.
He's a professional man. Jerry Kenny calls the shots as he brings the ball up. Joe Cook-Green swiping and grabbing at it. Rusbatch. Rangy step back from Ethan Rusbatch. Three ball doesn't go. Maker goes up and gets the board. Cook-Green's been very active in this stint of play. Oh, Sunday Dench.
Speaking of active, great cut by Sunday Ditch. Joe Cook-Green is just all over Jared Kenny.
There is some good feeling in this game in this fourth quarter. Phil Jones. Kenny around the AG screen. Cook-Green all over him. Harris, I should say, puts his head down. A wild shot. And we have a foul. And it's going to go the way of the Canterbury Rams. AG called for the foul, a push.
He looks a little bit bemused as to what's going on.
Good defense from Darling on Harris.
Obviously that foul happened off the screen, just couldn't quite see what was going on.
Ditch fires it inside to Darling. Straight at Hiram Harris, up with the baby hook, and down it goes. Harris loses the ball. Foul called on Joe Cook-Green.
And Hiram Harris and Max Darling are just drawing at each other at the moment. You see here, Max Darling
had a clean, clean steal. AG, baseline, Maker, great defense. Kenny in there. Who's coming down with that one? Rams ball.
And it is physical at the moment out there. A lot of contact happening, and referees are letting them play, which is good to see.
It's got a bit of finals intensity about it this fourth quarter. Both teams just know how congested this table is. Joe Cook-Green trying to fire that off Jared Kenny. And we saw a bit of frustration from Cook-Green on Saturday, I should say, as Ethan Rusbatch looks to put a three ball in. We're a foul under the hoop.
And Walter Brown just giving AG a bit of a push in the back under the basket. Rusbatch a little frustrated with himself there. He's not going to get many more wide open looks than that.
Joe Cook-Green is playing like a man possessed out there. And Mick Downer's noticed it, and I think Daron Rokawa is going to come into the game. So there's a player in the NBL who knows how to get under another player's skin. It's Daron Rokawa.
It is.
Oh, Walter Brown from the inbound.
Beautiful pass.
Jets drops it back to Maker. I think that needed to go aerial Well, the Hawks will be happy it didn't.
Yeah, Maker standing at about 6'11". I'm sure he would have been hoping for it to go up by the rim somewhere.
Harris for three over Maker, and he's fouled. So Hiram Harris will go to the Racine foul line to shoot three. The two Maker suggesting perhaps the Hiram Harris kicked out a leg, but I thought the foul looked to be hand on arm.
Yeah, I think
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay
Sam
will show
Pan,
us.
yeah, definitely contact on the arm.
So Harris with three opportunities from the Racine foul line. First one rolls in for the Tall Black.
Hiram Harris is one of these players, the young and up-and-coming players that have improved year on year, I think, in this league, and really taking it to another level this year.
Returned for his second year as a fully contracted member of the Adelaide 36ers. In the Australian NBL next season. Just one of around 20 Kiwis playing in the Aussie NBL, which is great to see. And we'll see one of the newest ones, Dan Fotu, will make his debut for the Auckland Tuatara on Saturday night. Fresh out of college, which is a very exciting moment for the Fotu family as Jordan Hunt blocks Taylor Brett. Who comes down with that one? Rusbatch does for the Hawks. Rokawa thought about the three, almost left the ball behind.
As the Rams crowd gets into the defense chant.
Hunt, Everard Bartlett for three. He drains it.
The experience of Everard Bartlett there. I think that may be the first shot he's taken the whole game. Knocks it down.
57 apiece, timeout, Canterbury Rams. You called it. You can't leave Everard Bartlett open, no matter if he hasn't taken a shot since the warm-up. Judd Flavel knows it.
Yeah, the Rams just they just can't seem to get away from this Hawke's Bay team. Every time the Rams make a little run, the Hawke's Bay seem to make a take a stance on defense and manage to claw their way back into the game. And again, we're tied up again, 57 apiece.
See the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Tens of thousands of shots in those legs. Poor old Jackson Stent managed to survive a collision with the corporate table a couple of weeks ago.
I imagine he's going to be sore for a little while.
Hopefully nothing too serious for young Jackson. As the Hawks make their way back onto the floor, Rokawa, Rusbatch, Bartlett, Harris and Hunt.
I suppose with the injury, Jackson Stent, that leaves a bit of a gap in the Rams squad. And we see a young Nick or Josh Book stepping into that role.
May well do, depending on the extent of the injury. We're back underway, 57 apiece. Darling-Harris battle has been so key to this game so far. Sunday Datch, deep three off the front iron. Rokawa goes and gets the rebound.
And shot clock running down there, he had to shoot it.
Bartlett again. This one doesn't go. Maker eventually comes down with the board. Rusbatch and Maker getting caught up. Detch. Spinning inside, heavily contested, gets the bounce.
Tough shot. Just that soft touch. The Hawks played great D on that shot too.
Rokawa. It's the handoff from Hunt. Gives it back to his big man, but a little too low. Here comes Walter Brown the other way. Brett chops it off. Oh. Max Darling was about to get vertical. Hiram Harris did well, and it will be Hawks ball.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure whether Max thought that may have been tipped, but it just looked like it came out of his hands when he went to take off. He was definitely cleared for flight.
Raspace working so hard to try and shake Sunday Ditch off the ball. Harris runs it. Darling, blocked by Darling. Knocks over some drinks while he's down there. Does Hiram Harris as Sunday Ditch goes the other way, waiting for no man. Walter Brown fouled by Jordan Hunt, so Walter Brown will go to the foul line. It is tough to get buckets in this game.
It sure is. I've been super impressed with Walter Brown and his. They're just playing hard the whole game and they're getting himself into the right spots. A little bit off on the first.
For 1AG. Coming back into the game as Brown misses both his free throws. Here comes Hiram Harris running downhill. It's a 4 Rams.
Surrounded by Rams.
Foul called though. On Darling. That's Max Darling's 4th foul with 5 minutes to go. Will Judd Flavel take him off? That's exactly what he does as Mike Kadina comes back onto the court. Raspach fires it over to Rokawa. The 3 goes up from Derone. And down it goes. The Hawks take a lead by 1 with under 5 to go.
Yeah, nice find there by Ethan Raspach. Rokawa left wide open on the 3-point line.
Britt goes round. Kadina surrounded by Hawks. AG with the block. It will be Rams ball. Jared Kinney checks back into the game. Subs are flowing at this point. Every stoppage there's a change from one of these coaches.
And it's been a pretty physical encounter, so a few tired bodies out there, I reckon.
The Hawks knowing they have to back this up on Saturday. Taylor Britt's jumper doesn't go. Maker does well. But Kenny comes away with the ball eventually. Rokawa in transition.
Same spot. Ooh.
Doesn't go. Rebound, Karina.
Rams dodged a bullet there.
Maker spinning, finishing. Matua Maker. These teams are trading leads at the moment. Rams by 1. Rangy step into the lane from Tawan AG, but Maker comes down with the board.
And Maker's showing good ability to be able to handle the basketball too for a big fella.
Ryan Taylor back out there for the Rams. Still scoreless in this one. 0 for 6. Will he make the one that matters for the Rams? Turnover. Hawks with a chance to retake the lead. Kenny. Kadina in front of him.
Jordan Hunt
inside.
Asking for the ball down low. Mismatch with Taylor Britt.
Dex goes to help. Oh, lovely move from Jordan Hunt. He's got 19 points, 7 rebounds now. Beautiful pass from Karina. Dex just couldn't get the finish, but he's fouled.
Oh, and a late whistle by the referee there.
Jared Kenny, the culprit. His 3rd foul.
See a nice back cut by Sunday Ditch, and maybe a little bit of contact down low on the body as Ditch went up for the shot. It's actually unusual to see Sunday Ditch miss from that range. He's usually pretty deadly.
He's at the Rosine foul stripe now. 10 points in tonight's contest. This is his first. And Canterbury Rams have shot just 12% from beyond the arc field, 3 for 24.
They've done well to hang into the game, that's for sure.
It helps when the other team are just 5 for 25.
Yeah.
5 for 20, I should say, for the Hawks. Do them a disservice. Rusbatch from mid-range gets it to go. Hawks by 2. Under 3 minutes to go. Ditch. Fires it back to Taylor Brett. Trying to find a shot is Sunday Ditch. Jerry Kenny doing well on him. Taylor Brett has to take a really tough one. Has Maker come down with that? He has. Oh, somehow it goes in.
There was a shot clock there, but it just after Maker took his first shot, and then somehow
it might have come off the hand of Ethan Rusbatch.
And we're tied up again.
Kenny just settles things down for the Hawks. Big screen from AG. Harris driving it, Kadina, and expertly. Hiram Harris will have a say in the outcome of this game. Hawks lead by 2. Ditch. Maker for 3. Down it goes. Matoa Maker tickles the twine.
And the Hawks come straight back at the Rams.
Maker hits the deck. Hiram Harris took a while to just get his bearings, and then he finishes.
I think Hiram Harris may have stood on Maker's foot there, and Maker just lost a little bit of balance, fell backwards. See the drive, and Maker just lost his balance and fell over.
Took a bump from Hiram Harris, who, let me tell you, is stronger than he looks. And he looks strong.
He sure does.
Hawks lead by 1, 1:20 to go. Ryan Taylor finds Maker, just made a 3. This time he puts the ball on the floor, tucks it under his arm. Matoa Maker.
Maker's making some plays right now.
A little bit of off-ball as the teams made their way up the court. Kenny imploring with Harris to cut. Under a minute to go. Rams lead by 1. Rokawa, Harris is there. Fouled.
That may be Max Darling's.
It is Max Darling. Is fouled out of the game, but his last act may have been preventing Hiram Harris getting a putback. And Max Darling with 18 points, 17 rebounds, and crucially, 5 fouls.
And in the scheme of things, that may not be a bad foul, because if that hadn't happened, I think Hiram Harris would have converted that, and the Hawks would have gone up 1. Now he's got to go to the Razine foul line and make 2. And I'm pretty sure it's going to get loud in here in a few seconds.
A little bit of extra pressure on the tall black forward. Makes his first. Second one bobbles out. Rebound though, Hiram Harris.
Coach's nightmare. Offensive rebound on a free throw.
Ethan Rusbatch, the Christchurch kid against his hometown team, driving high off the glass, gets his own rebound, drops it in. Kanina comes away with it. 30 seconds, 69 all. Taylor Brett barks instructions to his side. And Barkey has to over the noise here in Cowles Stadium. 6 on the shot clock. Brett into motion. Rokawa on skates. Taylor Brett. Timeout, Hawke's Bay Hawks. The captain of the Rams with a beautiful drive and finish.
A couple little words for Tadone Rokawa too as he walks off the court. There's no love lost here. Beautiful change of direction off that screen there by Taylor Britt, and just getting back to that strong left hand of his and kisses it off the glass.
Every Canterbury Ram had a few words for Daron. But let me tell you, Daron, he gives it, but he knows how to take it as well.
And what happens here?
Well, now there's much more to coaching matchup we've been talking about all week as well, Phil. McDowner against Judd Flavel, and it's McDowner with the clipboard who has the work to do.
We see Hawks will advance it, I would say. So they'll take a position in the front court, and it's whether they look to go for the three or they look to get on the rim, get to the foul line and get it tied up. It's a tough one. (71-69). Advantage Rams. Kenny, Rokawa, Rusback, Harris and Hunt out there for the Hawks. McDowner out there for the Hawks currently. Just issuing the last few instructions. Jared Kenny will inbound it. Ethan Rusback's has got Sunday there sticking to him like a cheap suit. Looks for Hiram Harris. It's Harris who's got it. 5 on the clock. Harris drives, knocks it into Jordan Hunt, who gets it to go. How did that get through to Jordan Hunt?
What a find from Hiram Harris. And Jordan Hunt stayed cool as ice on the finish. And we have a timeout here with 1.8 seconds to go by the Canterbury Rams.
Now that pass from Hiram Harris looked like it almost went straight through Maker's body. We may get another look at that, hopefully.
Meanwhile, the play works for the Hawks on the offensive end. Now McDowner turns his attention to the defensive end. What can Judd Flavel draw up for the Rams?
It just seemed like when Hawke's Bay were looking to inbound that play on their possession after the timeout, all their players moved a little bit too early before Jared Kenny received the ball from the ref. And all of a sudden they were a little bit out of shape, and Hiram Harris just made something happen.
Ed Brooks got a big smile on his face. As his team will have a chance. What are the chances that it could be Ryan Taylor, who hasn't made a shot yet, 0 for 6, who drains the game-winning shot? We saw a game winner here last year, Phil, in the dying seconds. That was from Max Darling. He's not allowed to tonight, having fouled out.
Yeah, I think you may see a little shut the gate play here with the guard coming back up through the middle.
1.8 seconds. 71 apiece. Sunday Detch throws it into Taylor Britt and goes straight out of bounds. 1.1 seconds on the clock. And that went about as bad as it could have for the Canterbury Rams, as we have another timeout. And McDowner, this time, turns his attention to the offensive end.
It was an interesting play there. I'm not sure what looked like there was something happening under the hoop, but then Taylor Britt was open. There was just a bit much mustard on the pass.
Well, I had to go high to get over the tall timber in the lane, as we see.
Just catch the end of it there, just over the top of Taylor Britt's head.
Heaved off the ground by his tallback's teammate, Ethan Rusback. Well, a roller coaster of emotion if you're a Rams fan or a Hawks fan watching this one.
And have we had an overtime game in the NZNBL this year?
Not in 2022.
No. I'm pretty sure we were down here for a game last year when there was 2, 3.
A couple. Was that Giants game with Matt Darling hit the 3? Was that overtime?
I think it was.
It was.
Yeah.
And we had that fourth quarter from Deshaun Taylor. That was certainly memorable last year. Right, now, Hawke's Bay Hawks back to it. Set up in their offense. Harris will inbound. It's going to be a catch and shoot situation. Who's it going to be? Tawane G on debut for the win! Tawane G! Welcome to the South NBL! Welcome to the Hawke's Bay Hawks! What a way to make a debut!
What jet lag. What jet lag.
Hawks win 73-71. And it's the new kid on the block, Tawane G. With a game winner. A turnaround jumper from the mid-range. Seals a victory in the end of an enthralling, physical, emotional battle between these two teams. We see it here. AG left open there. Turnaround jumper, not dissimilar to that of Kenai Bekwe when the Breakers won that 4th championship. This time it's Tawane G for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, who are the victors here, 73-71. And they'll head to Nelson now. In plenty good spirits ahead of their meeting with the Giants at 5:30 on Saturday afternoon. All the Rams fans head to the exits disappointed, but they saw a thriller. Capped off by the newest Hawke's Bay Hawk, Tawane G, and he's with Phil Jones right now.
Tawane, big shot, man. Talk us through the last play.
He drew up a lob, actually. That was kind of improvising. It's my first game with the fellas. Felt good to get out there and, you know, have fun with them. I like this group of guys. We have fun, so it's going to be a fun season.
So you arrived yesterday, right?
Yeah.
How are the legs feeling?
Oh, my goodness. You seen air ball and short jump shots, but I made the one that counts, so.
So what can we expect to see from you in the league?
We're just going to have to wait and see, right? Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
Tawane G, the man of the moment, the hero, the newest Hawke's Bay Hawk, and what a way to introduce himself to the South NBL. Game-winning turnaround jumper to seal a 73-71 victory as the buzzer went. Phil Jones rejoins me in Commentary Plaza. We can have a look at the tail of the tape, the stats.
Wow, what a game.
What a game, absolutely. A few shell-shocked Rams fans, I think, Phil.
Yeah, I think it just really, you know, the physicality of the game, and neither team really wanted to give an inch. And obviously it's shown in the score, and quite a low-scoring affair, but Hawks just managing to nudge themselves ahead of the Rams with a shot by AG.
8 points, 4 rebounds for Tawane G, but it was the 2 that counted at the end, as we see the stats here. Max Darling, Jordan Hunt leading their way. Plenty of players in double digits for the Rams. Ethan Rusbach with that 90. What a second half Ethan Rusbach had.
And 10 rebounds as well out of him.
Too.
And,
captain's knock from Ethan Rusbach.
You just see Hiram Harris just featuring in all of the stats. You know, 10 rebounds. I think he had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and you know, 3 of those assists came down in a crucial part of the game. And you know, he really imposed himself later in the game to get the Hawke's Bay Hawks a win.
Jordan Hunt had 4 steals, as did Walter Brown, who I think deserves mention.
Yeah, he had an excellent game. Really, really good game.
Well, we picked it to be a close one, and it was as close as it could have been. A game winner on the buzzer for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Tawane G. I look forward to seeing how his journey with the Hawks progresses throughout the season. Plenty more South NBL to come. We'll be back with you tomorrow night from the Deep South when the Southland Sharks take on the Otago Nuggets live on Sky Sport at 7:30. We will see you then.